When Indiana Jones was announced, I was underwhelmed to the point that I hoped it would fail. I ultimately wanted another Wolfenstein after the new Colossus amazed me and Young Blood upset me. I wanted a new entry with all the production value and technical prowess machine games had accumulated at the time. This, paired with the fact that I'd never seen an Indiana Jones movie, and still haven't, left me asking, who asked for this? Well, without knowing it, I did. I genuinely love this game. It's gorgeous, has fun gameplay with a solid loop, runs extremely smooth, and has immersive elements such as costumes, random dialogue, Indy's rambling as he solves puzzles, and interactivity with the world to influence characters' movements and actions. It truly is a fun game that feels as if you're playing a movie. First up, because it's at the core of the experience, let's get into the gameplay. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle reminded me of the Sly Cooper franchise on so many levels. With the way you're put into these open sandbox zones with side quests, exploration, and freedom of choice in the way you engage with the objectives, all 25 of my hours felt exciting and rewarding. As I mentioned before, this is the team that made Wolfenstein, but gunplay is very minimal, as the guns you pick up from fallen enemies don't even have a reload function. That being said, combat is basic but fun. You can throw left hooks, right hooks, block, dodge, push, grab, and even whip people, which stuns them and disarms them. There's a stealth system that is also not very deep, but it's just as satisfying, allowing you to knock out most enemies with a single blow if you manage to grab a weapon. Weapons can be picked up from almost anywhere and come in countless forms. Bottles, brooms, hammers, brushes, pans, and etc. All these things have a durability meter and can be used to damage enemies or cause a distraction, allowing some freedom to move. You'll always have something available because Dr. Jones keeps an item in hand as he traverses the world disguised as different people. If you're dressed as a thug for hire, you'll have a baton. Or if you're dressed as a dig site worker, you'll carry a shovel. This is one gameplay aspect that makes the experience immersive. Above anything else, Indiana is an athletic archaeologist, which is shown every time he's maneuvering in ruins or caves. Methods of traversal include swinging with his whip, climbing, and shimmying along walls. All of this is done to get from puzzle to puzzle with clues and notes in hand. The puzzles in this game are very interactive and, dare I say, reminiscent of this IP's younger siblings, Uncharted and Tomb Raider. You're asked to jump around, pull levers, place cogs, turn mirrors, among other things, to get to the root of the mystery, the Great Circle. All of the aforementioned actions, as well as the health and stamina bars, are enhanced by finding books throughout the world or buying them from vendors and unlocking them with the points you accumulate via taking pictures and finishing quests, among other things. The next topic for discussion is the story. I have no choice other than to speak about Indiana Jones and the Great Circle as a standalone story because I haven't seen any of the movies. With that being said, this game's narrative stands tall on its own. A lot of it is contingent on Indiana's tendencies being the driving force. His inability to let things go and his obsession with preserving historical artifacts lead him to meet nefarious Nazi competitors, intrigue third parties, and stalwart defenders of the past. This game spans 8 countries where Indy will learn about powers that transcend human understanding, face himself to change for the better, and try his best to make sure relics don't end up in the wrong hands. The pacing of this game was commendable. There was this fun gameplay loop of open zone, bombastic cave dive, and transition to the next area to do the same thing. Every place you go has an underlying narrative that influences the language you'll hear, the disguises you'll don, and the currency you'll use to purchase books. This is then masterfully sewn into the mystery of the Great Circle using religion and history as the thread. Cutscenes felt like they were ripped from a movie I'd never seen before, with the way Indiana interacted with the other characters. It felt like they'd known each other for ages before setting off on this adventure. I love seeing Indiana and Gina poke fun at each other in downtime and act selflessly in each other's times of need, only to end up in the classic situation of right person, wrong time. This left me sad for Dr. Jones, as it's shown in the story that he wanted a life filled with love and adventure. There isn't too much growth for the side characters because they're means to an end, and understandably so, as this is an existing franchise and this entry squeezes its way into the overall story. The performance of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle was another win. This game breaks the curse of not having AMD support upon the time of my playthrough, with FSR 3 being present. Environments looked gorgeous, and I had no bugs. I played on Ultra for the duration of my time, and the lowest frame count I'd seen was like 80 something frames. The most aesthetically pleasing environment in my opinion was the Vatican, as I love seeing the bright Italian architecture. And the least appealing was Egypt, because the sand made the location feel bland and repetitive, even though it housed the coolest cavern. Music accompanied the prowess that was seen in the art style and location design. Once again, I've never seen an Indiana Jones movie, but I know John Williams when I hear him because of Star Wars. Gordy Hobb did an amazing job capturing John's essence and employing it in this game, as it enhanced tense moments, inspired awe in awesome moments, and overall added emotion to the game, making it an unforgettable aspect of an unforgettable package. Indiana Jones was a game that I got around to at the perfect time. Action-adventure is one of my favorite game genres, and this is the epitome of that genre. I found myself looking forward to every new story beat, and didn't want the game to end once I knew I was getting close. I'm going to go back at some point and finish up the side content that I never got around to. I'm looking forward to whatever Machine Games has up their sleeve. I still want another Wolfenstein game, but now I'd be more accepting if they venture further outside the box to give us another unique experience, as I know it will be of high quality and engaging. This is a must-play for fans of Indiana Jones and the action-adventure genre. I'm glad PS5 has this game, and I hope some version of it can exist for the Nintendo Switch too. I genuinely feel like everyone should play this game. If you made it this far, I appreciate your time and attention. If you liked the review, don't forget to like and subscribe, as I'm always gaming and always writing. Thanks, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.